Let's
join.
let's check if it's working. Uh, Hi, Sammy.
On the drive.
He's playing Need for
You,
Speed there.
you better mute. Thanks.
All right. So, hi, folks. Here's the championship match of the Minion League season 24. Markus versus Rabid, and RTT and me are going to comment on that. So let's start the party.
Yeah,
Woohoo!
hello everybody. So it's both players did end the season with 17 points, I think.
Yeah, so it's a tie basically.
And Marcus did have the better tiebreaker. So he only has to tie this match with 3 wins.
Yeah, that's true. Mm. Um, by the way, is the stream working now? 'Cause I'm not sure.
Let's see.
Well, everybody's probably here on Discord, so
Yeah, but it's nice to
yeah, sure.
have the recording after.
Yeah. Well, I can
Uh, I
I
don't
can
I don't see it on Twitch.
Huh. That's weird. Okay, it's up.
Okay.
And thank you, Tracer. Okay, anyway, and so let's look what's going on here. Um, there's some trashing, pretty good trashing, and plenty of draw.
Yeah, both players opted to go with a potion.
Yeah, which is reasonable to gain a hunting party stack.
Yeah, basically it's just hunting parties, I think, that you mostly want. Maybe Emporiums later.
Yeah, and
And yeah,
I mean, university is also kind of payload here. In terms of in the end game, being able to control the piles.
well, yeah. And if you have the potion, you can also golem later. Don't know if that's needed. Probably not.
Well, I guess one golem definitely won't hurt, because mm, yeah, sure. It's just basically it's just an additional draw here. 'Cause, I wonder how good is getting temple points here. I mean, you can kind of uh, look at the temple here as a payload, like point gainer. You can gain stuff with the university, and or maybe silvers from amulet, and trash those for temple points.
Yeah, but then piles will run very quick.
Well, they'll run very quick anyway.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, maybe you just go for provinces, but I think that's a good big deal of big amount of free points lying around, and you want to pick them up. Probably have time.
well, if you're the only one going for temple, it's pretty slow. 4 points. I'm
Well,
not
if you
sure.
if you have like 3 unis or something, then you can and like an amulet or two, you can gain like 3 or 4 temple points or something. I'm not good at
Yeah,
math.
well, if you're doing that and also buying a province, that's fine. Do we have an actual plus buy? We don't, right?
We don't. So
So
yeah,
that could actually be a good way to
that should be
break a
worth
tie.
something.
Yeah, but both players are heavily trashing already with race.
Looks like it. Yeah. So it needs to be the start of the game. So it looks like Rabid is the first player.
Yeah, and it also looks like Tex didn't do anything so far, right? Yeah,
What didn't? Excuse me.
Tag
Ah,
the
right.
debt from
Yeah.
Tex.
Yeah. Well, there is a board with a lot of good 2 costs which you want, so nobody's doing the text thing. So Rabbit was forced to, well, not forced, but decided to let go of some raises here.
Yeah, both of his razors, right? I don't think. I think
But
every player got two.
that gave him the opportunity of getting another uni here, which is
Oh no,
worth
he had
something.
three. He had,
Oh
he
wow.
had three razors, and Marcus got an amulet instead.
Yep.
Let's see what he decides to do with that this turn. Probably he's trashing the estate.
Well, yeah, there is definitely no need to do anything else but trashing. So gets a patrician. Well, those gonna be useful at some point.
Yeah, when your deck is mostly hunting parties.
Patrician is like one of those cards which you always want to work, but actually it doesn't work every time. But should be good in this deck.
Yeah, and mostly it's you want to like empty the pile or empty the patricians at the right point so that you maybe can gain like 3 Emporiums with University
Yeah, yeah.
at this at one turn. Like those points are pretty important here.
So Marcus preferred patrician in hand to university, just to get another university and to draw a bit.
Yeah, will it be his? That's his third university, and I think, yeah, 3 is what you probably want here.
Well, I guess maybe if you can sneak the fourth one in, and hunting party is going to run in no time, and raises are pretty low, and patricians emporiums gonna run too. So I would say an extra uni is going to be an advantage.
Yeah, it depends on the opportunity cost. Like if you have 5 to get the last hunting party instead or so,
Yeah,
then
yeah,
you probably will pick that up.
sure, that's true.
But if you ever get another turn where you have 2 or 3 potion, I think the university is a good pickup. So far the hunting parties are split 3 each, or no?
Well, we can see Rabbit has 3.
And there's one in his discard
Yeah,
pile.
Yeah, that's true. And he can
So,
gain another one here.
so that's already the fifth.
Yeah, that's looking pretty harsh for Markus. Hmm. I
Well,
mean,
with a good turn, Marcus can gain 3 hunting parties too.
well,
Although he can buy one here too. So yeah, that's 6. Oh, he gets golem instead. Interesting.
that feels a bit weird to me, but I guess it's fine.
Yeah, Marcus only gets 2 hunting parties, so it
So
worked out.
he'll probably end up with 4 of those.
So yeah, when you go for golem, I think you also go for the temple thing, because then you really have enough draw for that.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like 6-4.
Well, 5-4 at the moment,
Yeah, that's true.
but soon to be 6.
So yeah, now that the hunting parties are gone, let's see what they're going to do next. Because obviously before they were gone, I mean, you can't really gain anything else with your universities.
Well, you gain patricians next, I think.
Mm, well, the thing is, getting okay. Marcus buys another amulet. The thing is, gaining just one temple is kind of don't do much for you because then you gain the same amount of points as your opponent does if he chooses to gain temple for themselves.
Well, yeah, unless you pick the points up at the same time while you
Yeah,
trash.
yeah. So if
Like you
you
can gain it with university.
so if you go for that, you kind of need to commit to that, like gain a couple at least.
Maybe even one explorer is fine.
Well, I mean, it is fine as amulet is fine. Like,
Yeah, well, you gain then the silver to hand, and you want start with the provinces as soon as possible now, I think. And then this gives you pretty reliable gold.
yeah, that's true. So
And
Rabid
yeah,
gains an explorer.
yeah, and he's also the one who has the draw advantage. So explorers are pretty good for him. He can handle the extra money.
The thing is, he kinda needs to trash down a bit still. So, well, depending on what they're planning to do with this, I mean, explorer kinda indicates maybe going for provinces faster.
I guess no one really wants to start with the patricians now because it opens the other
Yeah.
player up to gaining the first emporiums.
Okay. So here's a temple,
And
and
he has 7.
and a potion. So will he get another uni maybe? But that might be an overkill. But I don't know.
Or another golem. He's the one with 3. He basically has more of everything here.
What? Takes a harem? Why would you do that? Hmm.
Hmm. And,
That's interesting.
I mean, you either get explorer or 1 harem, I think. You want to have a hand of 8, so you need if you have gold, silver, and copper, and hunting party skips everything else. just 6, so one harem would get you to 8. But both, I am not sure. It's probably just the 2 points that he wanted.
So, I mean, all of that looks like. Well, let's see how it looks in a turn or two. I guess. Yeah. So Rabid is probably thinking both about getting the provinces and doing the temple thing.
Yeah, like you get like two victory points a turn from the temple. If you trash one card and University gain another temple.
Yeah.
Which you have to do to deny the points from the opponent.
Yeah. I mean, maybe a Rabid's deck can support a couple of those.
Yeah, he can probably also trash twice with temple, but it's hard to get province 2 in the same turn then.
I mean, the thing is, you can trash that one of the temples you just gained. So
yeah, that's what you do.
And also, let's see what's gonna happen with patricians, because talking about economy, emporiums also give you coins. So I think if you want to buy something like gold or harem, I mean harem is fine. It's not like it's worse here because of absence of plus buy. It should be pretty okay.
Yeah, harem's better than gold, especially when you have explorer to gain gold
Harem
anyway.
is better than gold. Period.
Yeah, always. Just like silver's better than gold.
Yeah, silver is the best.
So let's see if Markus joins on the harem fight. He does.
Yeah.
And I think Rabid's deck can way better handle the harem.
Well, yeah, indeed. Yes. 2 extra hunting parties and the golem too. So looks like he's going to get some patricians this turn.
Yeah, if he lowers the pile to 6, then Markus can at most get 2 emporiums in his turn, and then he can empty the pile on his next turn.
Well, Markus can gain 3, right? Because he has 2 units and he can buy 1 if he wants.
Yeah, but if he leaves 1 patrician there, then he has to gain patrician with 1 university.
Alright, that's true.
And can only gain 2 emporiums. So then Rabid would win the split there too.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think I still like the turn when Rabid bought the harem. I think the 4th university would have been the best. But I mean, everything's fine.
Yeah, with the 4th university you can gain 4 emporiums in one go.
Yeah, it just gives you an edge on the piles. You can set up a pile out for the next turn, and just more options.
Yeah, but it doesn't help that good to get the first province here. Like if this.
And hey, he managed to stall a bit. And what's the rest of this deck, I wonder?
Yeah, did he trigger a bad reshuffle here? Or did he...
Yeah, he triggered.
Yeah, it looks like it. It's mostly junk there, right?
Yeah. And I mean, what kind of... Does he have 3 coppers? I don't think so. I mean, all 7 coppers.
No, 6 coppers are in the trash. 7 now.
And that's a bad start in hand.
Yeah, but you basically have... Then one of the next 2 cards can be Hunting Party, and then you are saved.
That's true. That's why they're so good. So looks like Markus is far from drawing the deck here too. So
Yeah, and Rabid did leave 1 point on the temple, which basically negates his victory point gaining. And now Marcus joins the temple thing.
and the bronze thing as well.
Golems should be safe here. And it isn't. Okay. But yeah, if he plays the Hunting Party, he draws those 2 cards. And it doesn't make a difference then, right?
And,
Or did he skip something with Golem? No. So those are the 2 cards Hunting Party would have drawn anyways.
Yeah.
So kind of the dud. Maybe he gets another harem. Patrician Emporium would leave Marcus to gain 3 Emporiums in his turn.
Yeah.
That's a bit risky. I mean, Marcus isn't guaranteed to draw his deck either, but
actually Marcus probably doesn't want to gain that many patricians, because that would leave piles uneasy already. Or no, not really. Oh, never mind. There is the ball. So, I mean, taking all the emporiums for Marcus should be risky.
yeah. But you can't buy ball and bronze in the same turn, so if you have the point lead while doing it, it should be fine.
Well, that's true.
And once again, he leaves 1 point on the temple. I mean, he didn't have much chance to pick one up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you force Marcus to waste an university gain on the temple. I don't think that's the worst thing ever.
So far, this temple thing is not really working out for Inodal. But I'm pretty much surprised by Rabid's deck not really drawing all that well. He has all the draw. So what should Marcus do with his Uniplay?
He has just 1 union hand, right?
Yeah.
There's just this
And
bug where you don't see 1 card.
yeah, and his hunting parties are all in play already, so I don't think he's going to cause the reshuffle here. And he can't, yeah, he
He
can't
can.
play the temple first and then gain it.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. I'm not sure what he wants with this amulet still. Maybe he should get rid of it here.
Yeah, might be a good idea.
And he's lowering the pile, the race pile.
Yeah, and I kind of don't like that because he's not in a position to do that.
Yeah, but he's not in the position to play the long game either, I think.
Well, I just agree that he's not in a very good position.
Yeah, maybe it's okay to uh, play a bit risky. Maybe hope for another dot, and then end the game with piles.
Yeah, I can see that.
Patrician's not so good with potion cost cards,
Yeah.
unless they are possession.
So he chooses to gain something and write into the shuffle, and so he goes for Emporiums here. And that's a great moment to do so because Markus wanted to really be able to gain any Emporiums on his turn because yeah, because of the piles.
Well, if he gains 3 Emporiums here, Marcus can tie the game. Maybe. Or even win. So that would be pretty risky.
And wait, one. He can he can't get 3, right? I mean, he can buy the last one, but
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if he does
but
that.
why would he? Why would he?
Well, yeah, would be a mistake, but maybe he does it for the points.
I mean, he'd rather get a bronze now. Patrician draws a bronze, reveals a copper
Yeah,
set, sets
yeah,
3.
and Marcus can't really get Emporiums then, because that really opens up the pile out.
Yeah. So, knowing there is a copper on top, he should probably play this race.
And trash it.
Yeah.
He could also trash a silver, but that would
That would, that would cost some.
he does
Okay.
it. Goes for a temple.
Yeah,
I
well,
mean,
why not trash the copper while he can? Maybe he should trash the
so
silver too.
his discard pile is, oh, his draw pile is 1 Emporium at least, and something else. Not too bad.
Probably another copper, right? Okay, so he trashes both the copper and the silver, which is good, I think.
Yeah, it lowers his chance of dudding. Oh, he decides otherwise
Looks
because
like.
he has one debt still, and then he can't buy
Right.
province.
Right. Yeah, depth is kinda easy to overlook. So basically, if Markus, if Rabid draws next turn, is he guaranteed a win here? Or he might be needing some points still from the province. Let's see how good, how many points can Markus get this turn.
Yeah, I think if Rabid draws a stack, he can win. He just needs to gain those 3 Emporiums with a University, and then ball for race.
Yeah.
And that's 6 points if he does it. That should be enough. Whatever Markus gets here.
Yeah, maybe he can even sneak some temple points meanwhile.
I didn't really pay attention. Did Markus play the temple before
He was
the
not
university?
able to. He was not.
He didn't have actions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay, but the chat
If he chose to
says,
not play Explorer, yeah.
yeah. Well, if that's the case, that's surely a misplay. But looks like Rabid is not drawing. That's interesting now. Well, he can still buy prawns.
Yeah, and that should be totally fine.
And gaining an by the way, gaining an Emporium now would give him points even.
He wouldn't get points then. And yeah, that opens up the pile out for Markus maybe.
So yeah, probably getting an Emporium now would be a bad idea. And,
but if he gets Emporium and Province, Markus can't end it.
I think he should get a temple now with the uni. Because if he doesn't, that's just a free point for Markus. It might matter.
Yeah, lowering Emporium could also be okay.
Well, that's true. Because Markus can't do much about it.
Yeah, most gains Markus has is 2 universities and the ball, and then he can't buy province, so Rabid still has more points then. Raise the amulet maybe? Or the temple?
Yeah, temple also works. I mean, at this point, maybe raising an amulet would have been better, because amulet does nothing here, more or less.
Yeah, Markus has to take province here if he can. That's basically his only out now. Just one dot.
Well, yeah, and I mean, so if he gets a bronze, should he also get an Emporium? I wonder. Probably. Probably that makes. I mean, if Rabid can't buy a bronze, that means probably he has a bunch of unis in hand or something. So maybe he can end it the other way around. So probably shouldn't get an Emporium with a bronze. Or never mind, he can't even do that.
Yeah, he has no university.
Okay. And
yeah, he shouldn't get Emporium.
He decided to draw on for some reason. Why was that for?
Yeah, he triggered a really bad reshuffle, or well.
Well, I mean,
the last hunting party has saved him.
It's not necessarily bad, but he can't gain any more. He already had the clean shuffle, and he can't really get any more benefit out of this deck if he doesn't want to gain the Emporium. I mean,
And he did gain an Emporium.
well, yeah. So that was probably the reason to do it.
Yeah, probably trash the race now for the really clean shuffle. No, the temple.
Kills the temple.
Now he's back to a bad shuffle.
Well,
Oh no, it's just one card.
Yeah, it's not really
I
important.
thought that's way more. Well, yeah, that line is also okay. Okay, no. I think he really needs the province here now. It's very easy to empty for Rabid.
Yeah, that's a weird
I
play.
was going to say 2 Emporiums and province are fine because just the pilot with Emporium and race isn't enough points then.
Yeah, because with the Rabid's deck, actually emptying on Emporiums and raises is easier than on provinces, I think. Yeah, that's a win in hand. Oh no, never mind. I mean,
You need the 2 points.
Yeah, I was.
Can you trash Patrician with Temple and then you have it?
That works. I always forget that Emporiums don't always give you points.
So yeah, the safe thing would be now to not play the Patrician, because you could draw a victory point card.
Yeah.
And he sees it.
So that's a win for Rabid.
Yeah, way more closer than it looked from the points.
Well, I'd say the other way around, right? I mean, it really
the points are closer than the game looked, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, if Markus doesn't pick up the duchy, Rabid has to take the risk there, right? And continue drawing, and if he does, he was pretty close to dudding actually.
Yeah, so I wonder if Markus is going to regret about this play if he decides to rewatch it or something. So what's with this one? Nasty attacks, but a lot of defense.
Yeah, Guardian and Lighthouse on the same board. Let's see which one they pick up. I guess you have to pick up one of those, because Torture otherwise is pretty ugly, and Militia.
Yeah, and which one is doing better? I guess Guardian has an advantage of that you can draw it dead, and you know it's immediate. So if you know you are going to be attacked next turn, you just get it probably. But other than that, attacks and modes interaction, there is plenty of possibilities to build on this board. You can trash with cemeteries and Salvager is a good payload too.
Yeah, you can first trash with Cemetery, and then you can Salvager the Cemetery for some big coins. And you could also rogue the Cemetery back for additional trashing. That's pretty interesting.
But the draw is terminal, so
the farming village is one of the most important piles here.
Yeah, true. Mm.
I think you still open militia.
Yeah, that looks good. Oh, so Rabid has 5-2, right? Mm.
Oh, right.
That's actually maybe one of those situations where Markus, you know, when people play coppers one at a time, and well, usually it's just it doesn't make the whole lot of sense, being honest. But here, probably it would have been a good idea for Markus to do so, because so Rabbit knows then mm, I mean, so Markus knows if Rabbit has 5-2 and then he's going to buy a Torture right now, he might as well get a Guardian right now. But not sure if it would be a good play anyway.
He could have even opened Guardian and now have a 5-coin hand. If he wants so.
Well, yeah, that's also true.
So they also have Haunted Mirror. There's no new heirloom. And I wonder if ghosts are important here.
Well, I think ghosts are great. And given that the village is going to run pretty fast, probably, that ghost might be important. So Rabbit opened Salvager, and well, not sure if I like it, and looks like the chat also agrees with that. It's a bit strange opening here, because no estates basically. So Salvager doesn't really provide any a lot of economy, and you can kind of trash with cemeteries more effectively. So if you get like militia, which provides you some economy to buy the cemetery, or maybe you just start with building, I don't know, building a draw. I mean,
Yeah, it's interesting to open on with 5 as Salvager here even. I mean, he got the best possible outcome on turn 3 to trash his overgrown estate, but the other cards don't provide any real benefit then.
I mean, yeah, Salvager will be really good here, but in the late game, not as an opening. Well, that's a convenient
player.
lighthouse.
Yeah, that's a good one. If he doesn't play the lighthouse, you probably want to play militia first.
So Markus might skip playing the militia and buy farming village here.
Get the arena points.
Yeah, but also he might trash with cemetery. He can, he can
Yeah,
trash.
that's probably better.
True. He can
Actually, by
he can actually trash the whole twice. I mean, well, you know, he can trash the whole while buying cemetery, and yeah.
and if he gets lucky and draws an action card, which I don't think there is any, but he could have discarded that arena then. Oh no, he would have to do it before the buy phase.
Yeah. So I think Cemetery is one of the coolest Nocturne cards.
Yeah,
something new.
The coolest thing is the artisan interaction. Or I don't know if there's anything else where you can gain it to hand and trash itself. That's pretty cool.
Well, workshops, all kind of workshops work great with it too.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm.
so Rabid,
And as I mentioned here, you could use Rogue to gain it from the trash and then trash with it, but
yeah, that might
they
come
are
into play.
probably
And
yeah.
I
Well,
wonder if Markus is going to go for the ghost gaining now. Is it worth it to trash just one card? Well, to
his
replace
deck is
one bad card
pretty
with another.
his deck is pretty thin, and he needs some economy also.
Looks like he's going for it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, this hat is pretty bad for him.
And it's
And he gets attacked now.
funny thing is he can it's turn 6 already and nobody's got a single village yet.
That's true. They rely too much on their necropolis.
Well, there is some opportunity cost in face of cemetery, so there is that.
Yeah, yeah. On the good hands, you want to trash first, probably.
So Marcus left the Necro in hand and hoped to get the last arena points, but Rabid got them. But anyway,
Yeah, well, there.
yeah, there is not much difference between having 2 or 3, you probably don't want silver anyway.
That's right.
And there is
Now he picks up Guardian now.
yeah, and just in time.
No, he played a lighthouse too. That's the
Ah,
interesting thing.
right.
He just wanted to give his next turn the boost then. But I think Guardian over lighthouse.
I think Guardian or Lighthouse is fine given the amount of villages they have in their decks, and that's that number is pretty low. Like so, the probability of drawing a Lighthouse dead is something that might matter.
Rabid has an excellent turn here, and if he picks up Cemetery, discards the Salvager, he gets his ghost too.
Yeah, that's a great turn.
I mean, he opened with his only village, drew his only necropolis, and was able to play double torture.
Hmm. So I think maybe just play militia and buy a village.
Yeah, probably. The ghost hits necropolis. Well, it could also hit the village if he picks it up. He also needs plus buy. And the ghost hits on Salvager, which is really nice here.
Yeah, that's that's a pretty good draw, and you know,
Yeah, he probably can get 2 farming villages, or maybe he wants some rogue for continuing gaining stuff from the trash and trashing it with salvage again.
well, I think that sounds pretty good, but maybe a bit too early because I mean, yeah, he doesn't have a single village yet. This,
Yeah, he would gain village and rogue then, yeah. Like if he only gets 2 villages here and nothing else, he has a pretty low economy. I
well, he
think.
still has cemetery to trash. That's some economy.
No, he trashes them both now, yeah.
Ah, right. I forgot it. I forgot that ghosts is a throne room. Yeah. Wow, that's a really good draw then.
Yeah, that's the perfect hand for the double salvager.
Yeah, I totally forgot it makes you play the action twice. I somehow thought it's only one time.
And also the only village thing. Um, and Rabid's ghost hits Necropolis. It isn't the worst thing in the world given his hand.
Yeah. So I would say uh, Markus should get something like Torture Farming Village now.
Well, I still think the rogue isn't too bad. Uh,
But yeah, I mean, Rock is definitely very good, I'd say. But he
he
can,
needs more draw first
yeah, he
and
can.
more villages.
This Necro, this Torture is his only smithy, his only draw.
And he can still salvage the Guardian for some economy. I think once he has his engine set up, the Guardian is a pretty bad card in your deck.
So Marcus got a farmland.
What? That's a pretty good salvager target. But other than that,
Well, I mean, it had the opportunity. So basically, he got two villages. Well, which is okay, but
it's interesting that he really prefers the Guardian over the Lighthouse. He trashed the Lighthouse to the farmland.
yeah. Well, I mean, why not? It's a new card.
So Rabbit also did draw pretty well here.
Yeah,
Maybe
he can trash a lot of coppers this turn if he wants to.
and he probably won. So I probably would have preferred to trash the cemetery and buy another cemetery and then buy something else, trash all the coppers and the curse over what he's doing.
Yeah, trashing for
But
coppers would have been really nice, but
let's
he.
see what he wants to buy here. Maybe he goes for the rogue now.
Mm, well, it might be okay for him, but he goes for
Just the
more components. Well, that's also pretty reasonable. So Marcus is kind of lucky to draw his torture. His only torture, basically at the start of the shuffle. So should be good. But Farming Village skipped his farmland,
that's a good interaction.
which is ironical. The only card that he wanted.
And the names even fit.
Right.
And yeah, Rabbit's hand doesn't look good.
Well, actually, maybe this militia should go. I mean, doesn't do much between all the lighthouses and guardians, and he can now he maybe can get, if he trashes the militia, he can get this rogue and another um, torture maybe, or wouldn't it have been enough? Oh,
Yeah, it would have been just enough, I think.
yeah,
He would have had 9 then. But yeah, he also, from his view, he really needs to pick up the Guardian because Rabbit has 3 Torturers, possibly. He doesn't know that this is a dud hand. And you don't really want to get those curses now.
hmm.
So I totally see the second Guardian pick up for him then.
Yeah, guardian is, and that should be a village maybe, a gold. Okay.
And he isn't really thin on coppers yet. That's
Yeah,
really interesting.
I think they both should have been investing in trashing a bit more somehow.
Yeah, I think Marcus has trashed just fine. And I think I really would have liked the salvager on the farmland here more instead of drawing.
Well, one reason to draw is the um, probability to draw the ghost.
Yeah, which he succeeds.
Yeah,
Doesn't draw a guardian, so probably he picks up another.
looks like it.
And now he can even decide what to ghost. That's good.
Yeah, that's a nice interaction.
Probably the torturer.
So, Guardian and Lighthouse are so similar, but judging by this game, they actually play pretty differently. Because Guardian is more tactical. Like, if Markus ghosts the Torturer now, then Rabid just knows it, right? And he
Yeah,
he has this information, so he goes for Guardian if he doesn't draw the Lighthouse. Pretty cool.
yeah. Guardian on the board. Having guardian on the board here, fighting those attacks.
Yeah, that's a
But it's also interesting that farming village skips guardian,
true.
so even a positive point for guardian here because you really want to draw your other engine pieces and have the guardian on the last cards if you draw your deck.
Yeah, one thing I dislike a bit about Nocturne is that um, night cards don't really interact very nice with some of the old cards, like Scrying Pools and Farming Village and uh, Magpies, Ironmongers, those kind of things. But that's a minor thing, obviously.
Yeah, well, yes, there's not too often a lot of night cards on every board. But if you play the dual set thing with two sets, then and one of those is Nocturne, and you happen to also play with Ironmonger, and half the cards are night cards,
Yeah,
that's sad.
like Den of Sin or Ghost Town or something. Well, when you pick those in masses, and yeah. So hopefully he gets rid of those coppers now.
Yeah, probably at least one cemetery here.
Well, he doesn't really need to, right?
No.
So I would say he needs something like cemetery and village, actually. Um, oh wait, never mind. He still has the necro, so actually he might. You know what? He might take cemetery and farmland combo into a candlestick maker, because another buy
Yeah,
would
that
be
could
good.
be an option. Could also farm into, could also buy the rogue now. I keep getting back to the rogue, but I really think it's good here.
Yeah, I like the rock.
Especially once there are farmlands in the trash. Then you can gain them and trash them with salvager.
Okay, so apparently Rabbit is just aiming at double bronze next turn or something.
Just gold and cemetery. Yeah. Like if maybe he counted his coins and it seemed like it's enough for double.
Yeah, it is. It is. I think it would be enough. So, and that's. I mean, that's also good play, I guess, right? Because Markus doesn't really have the whole lot of economy, and he can. He won't be. He definitely won't be able to match double province.
Yeah, Marcus isn't on his way to consistent double province yet. He needs a little bit more time to build, I think, and maybe fast enough if he goes for provinces soon.
Hooray for
And he
Rogue!
picks up the rogue. Just as expected.
I told you he would be getting it.
Yeah, still some farming. With Ghost, you don't need this, it seems. And also the Necro is there for both.
So what's his last card? I wonder. Who has 3 farming villages? Probably Markus does. And
It's 1 copper, right?
well, must be the cobra because or maybe it's a lighthouse actually.
But I mean, he can just draw here. Play
Well,
Necro, play Torturer.
he wants to maybe ghost that last card.
Yeah, if it's an action card,
Hmm.
which it probably isn't.
So Markus has all 3 guardians, and I don't think he also has 2 of the lighthouses, right? That must be
One lighthouse is in the trash.
Oh, okay.
Could be a lighthouse, yeah, but lighthouse isn't really a card you want to ghost because then you are not protected
Yeah, that's true.
for 1 turn. And the ghost then stays out 2 turns if it hits a duration.
Yeah, actually,
So
Ghost is amazing with the Wharf. Like, basically, the reason why we all love the Wharf's second turn, and you just have it twice. You have it twice and twice every turn, and for 2 turns in a row. That's really good.
yeah, but also then you miss your ghost for 1. That's not the problem, I think. If you start your turn with 9 cards and 3 buys, you don't care that much. But yeah, Wharf's not on the board. Okay, he wants to ghost the lighthouse then. And therefore picked up a guardian to be safe here.
And Markus is not so lucky this turn with his draw. Well, but he can trash those coppers by gaining that cemetery from the trash. Which should be a good thing to do. And he should probably buy another torture. I mean, maybe he wants. He's probably thinking about a scouting party, maybe.
Yeah, or just gold. Or farmland. Yeah, scouting party, and then he buys village, maybe.
Probably.
Yeah.
So
Where are the torturers?
And actually, Rabbit is going to have a dot turn next turn because the only two villages that he has
Does
is
he
not.
still have the necropolis?
No, he trashed it.
Okay.
So yeah, next turn is not going to be great.
That's really sad for him, kinda. But he
And
can scouting party. He should probably scouting
he
party.
should because then otherwise. Oh right.
Oh, he didn't trash necropolis.
What? I was sure he done it. Okay.
Then Markus did trash the necropolis.
Okay. Well, farming village is so annoying here. Like, a regular village would have been so much better because you want those bulky green cards in your hand.
Yeah, but why don't he just trash farmland here?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's in this situation it's fine, but uh,
Yeah, and
that
I think he really needs one more torturer, but
that belongs
also
to the FTS thread where what you call it, unknown card interactions or something.
Salvager and farming village.
Yeah,
Best buddies.
and Farmland and Cemetery are probably two of the best uh, uh, good for benefit alt VP cards. And yeah, so does he still have hmm, any actions in this card?
Mm,
Uh,
seems like he doesn't.
yeah, it looks like he has none, right?
No, that's his whole deck other than the Guardian and the Cemetery. And yeah, it's also pretty unlucky that he didn't draw the Guardian. Then he has to pick up another. You could also just take the curses in hand and next turn in Cemetery from the trash with Rogue.
Yeah, that looks good.
So you don't necessarily need the Guardian pick to get something else. So yeah, he can trash the farmland and gain the farmland back if he wants.
But that leaves him with his coppers, which is maybe fine, but
I think he needs to buy something bigger than something big here.
well,
Probably needs to keep the coppers.
I think he needs to. He, he can. I mean, if he trashes the farmland, he can already afford himself to get the Bronze and Guardian.
Well, not if he trashes the copper. Oh yeah, well yes, he can then.
But the thing is that is Ghost is kinda leaves sad here because he can't really benefit. He has no actions to play, so maybe he buys an action of sorts here.
If he
All right, he can
buys
get a light.
farmland,
Oh, Candlestick Maker. Okay.
candlestick maker, and buys Guardian. 2 farmlands now.
Well, that's a pretty cool
Yes,
play. That's I mean, two farmlands is almost as good as Bronze, right? Points wise.
if he, but it's 3 stop cards.
And
You have only 1 salvager, so those farmlands are going to stay a while. You can farmland into province, so gets a little discount there next turn.
true.
But Rabid doesn't look that bad. He can double province here pretty likely. If he wants. So he has 9, 12, 15. Would have to trash a Guardian for double province. Maybe he doesn't want that, or he trashes the gold.
He can
Could
trash the
also
province.
buy farmland, trash gold,
Uh,
and buy province.
the one bad thing about trashing the gold is that, you know, uh, Markus can pick it up.
Yes. And you don't really want that. Because Marcus is really struggling for this gold will come in handy.
Yeah. So, well, I don't know. Maybe actually trashing the province wouldn't have been such a terrible idea, because that still leaves him ahead in points, and also brings the game closer to the end.
Yeah, it's also an option.
Okay, here's the torture.
And he doesn't draw the second one. And
Well,
yeah,
let's be honest about it. 2 tortures is 1 torture too low on tortures.
yeah, given the deck size, for sure.
And so, well, anyway, he can province now if he wants to.
I bet he would have loved to pick up more torturers, but Rabid doesn't leave him the time to build,
Yeah,
which is
can fall
good play
too
from
much
him.
behind on points here.
Yeah,
So
the
here's the
attacks do
gold.
nothing.
So trash the cemetery by a province. Save the tokens. I wonder if that's the play. Oh,
Okay, he continues building.
well, I didn't. Honestly, I don't.
And a pretty sad turn for Rabid.
Yeah, look at that. Uh, the thing is, I think Markus now has 5 of those villages, and Rabid only has 2.
Yeah, maybe he picks up just another bit. Those salvagers. It's okay.
Okay,
Okay,
so he's going to.
goes the Glotra.
Maybe he can get a candlestick now. No, decides to be protected rather. Well, that's obviously that's reasonable.
Well, he had a lighthouse in play, but I think he just wanted the extra economy turn.
Draws 3. M plays torture. M draws 3 farmlands. That's not bad. And yeah, 3 more villages in those 7 cards. Pretty unlikely. Pretty unlikely.
Maybe it's time to let the militia go. Or,
Yeah,
or
malicious definitely
trash a
not doing much.
farmland.
Well, or just
Okay.
that also works, I
Yeah.
guess.
Even the dot didn't help him. The dot from Rabid.
So it's 2-0 for Rabid.
Yeah, he needs 1.5 more match to secure his championship for this season.
Alright. And also he has 5-2 on this board. Which is super good. I mean, opening quarry is also very nice on this board. But upgrade is just...
Upgrade peasant.
Yeah, sure. That should be a really fast one. And you can get some diplomats too. You can... Wow, you can just... Wow. That's a crazy board. Because upgrades help diplomat activation, and with stonemason it should be just super fast in terms of number.
Are you here? Yeah. Are you hearing me fine? Because you is stuttering.
You were, you know, like becoming a robot for a while, like...
What? What?
I guess we maybe have some connection issues. I don't know on whether it's on my end or on your end.
Well, it could also be the Discord server with the problems. There's a pretty high ping on the stream chat channel sometimes.
Okay. But could you please look at the stream whether it's fine? Nobody's complaining about the sound quality.
Yeah, I don't see any complaints.
Okay.
Okay, back to the game.
Yeah.
Both players open peasant, and Rabid got a third peasant. And his upgrade misses the shuffle.
Well, that kind of makes the advantage of having a 5-2 not that big of an advantage. And also Markus can double upgrade with his quarry.
Yes. So Markus is back in it here.
Definitely. That's a quarry for Rabid. And he can draw it right away, which is pretty good. That makes up a bit for the missed upgrade. Silvers will be fine for the stonemason. You can stonemason silvers into courtyards.
Yeah. So, what token do you want on which card here? Probably plus action on courtyard.
Yeah, that looks good, but it's too early to say. Like, well, that will heavily depend on where they are at the moment.
Yeah, I think Diplomat would be a good pickup soon. With upgrade in hand and Diplomat, you can get the village effect out of it. Yeah, these piles are going to run with so many crown mason.
Wow, so Markus has I think Markus has 5 upgrades now, or well, that's probably 4.
Interesting that Rabid decided to just get one upgrade here. Could have done the
Could have gotten
stonemason
2.
thing.
Yeah.
And here he gets a +5 with Quarry in play, which is nice.
Well, I mean, yeah, it is nice indeed.
2 diplomats, 2 upgrades seem like a good choice, maybe.
I like that the best, I think. Yeah. This
Or he could
gonna,
also go for 4 diplomats, but I think both is fine.
I think he doesn't have the whole lot of upgrades to support that. Markus does, but not Rabid.
Okay, well, yeah, I didn't keep that good of track.
So yeah, this game is going to be over by like 11 or something.
Well, yeah, you can't at least, if you have a Quarry in play, you can't stonemason mason.
So maybe that's one of those games where you don't necessarily want the teacher.
Yeah, you can keep it at disciple, maybe.
Yeah, because I mean, teacher is great, but it's still one extra turn where it doesn't do anything, and the game might just end on this turn. Okay, that's a good draw for Rabbit. That's how Diplomat is supposed to work in this deck.
Exactly. Treasure
He
silver
gets an
for
upgrade.
diplomat. That sounds good. And probably goes for 2 more diplomats then.
So Rabbit has 2 diplomats now, or more of those? I mean, look at those piles. It's already a bit too risky to lower. I mean, we know that Markus can't do much on his turn, but yeah, just gets an upgrade. Okay. That's a really convenient soldier for Rabbit.
Yes. Question is, does he want to trigger the reaction here? And he goes down to 3 cards. But probably fine.
I think you want to sift.
Yes, probably go to, get to your other diplomats and to your disciple.
Oh, that's cool.
That's good.
So a couple of swindlers from the chat suggesting to buy a province.
He does so. I'm not sure if that's even a wrong thing, because Rabid doesn't generate that much money.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And what's they going to do here?
I think we will probably see a rather low bidder.
Load sounds good, and actually 40 sounds interesting.
40 probably just loses.
Not necessarily, right? With the
How?
disciple and with the upgrades, I mean, 40 is viable, I would say. With stonemason, you can
But what is the third pile you want to empty?
stonemasons and diplomats.
Stonemasons. Okay, yeah, you can trash something with stonemason.
Yeah,
Not
that
too
I mean,
shabby. But then again, it's only 8 victory points.
I mean, okay, I don't like beating 40, but but
Because Markus just needs one duchy and then it's over.
well, I mean, it definitely is worth consideration here. And speaking of the duchess, Rabid has 2 quarries which can become duchess. So, I mean, actually he has a good hand for that kind of play. Because yeah, he's guaranteed to draw quite some card. Okay, he goes for
He
it.
really takes the 40 depth. Oh man, we have a game. That's cool. I have never seen that being a real thing from so far. I mean,
Okay.
you always hear the theory that sometimes it's the best play, but I've never seen it.
Well, we don't know whether it's the best play. That's the play he chose.
Yeah.
But that's a nice entertainment. And so, is he going to turn this quarry into dashi right away? Well, I think he should play the upgrade
Yeah,
no
just
matter
see
what.
what he draws. Maybe he draws another diplomat or stonemason would probably be really good. Yeah. And then he can stonemason upgrade into 2 diplomats.
Wait, he can upgrade into 2 diplomats. He can upgrade soldier into diplomat if he wants to. Because why the hell not? You don't need the money, right?
Yeah, and you actually don't want to trigger diplomats on Markus' turn.
And
So yeah, that seems like a reasonable
okay,
play.
no, he's not going for it.
Not yet. Maybe now. Soldier into diplomat and stonemason upgrade into 2 diplomats.
No,
Nope.
he's not going to do that. So probably decides that attack matter, but
I also think attacking is pretty risky if Markus has a diplomat, he
by
can
the way,
set up his turn.
that's a really good point. Yeah.
But he doesn't have the diplomat, so it works out. And yeah,
So
trashing stonemason to gain a
yeah, the
series.
chat is disappointed with the silver gaining, and I can't disagree with that. I mean, yeah, that looks bad. Stonemason is way more valuable than silver in this deck.
Yeah.
And will he get 2 diplomats? Or maybe something like diplomat courtyard? But I mean, given that he just wants to end this game as soon as possible now, diplomats should be really good. Yeah, there we go. And it's only 38 debt left. Almost nothing.
Yeah, he will never pay that back. And Markus is pretty unfortunate to draw a diplomat here, so he can keep going. But yeah, that's a really bad turn.
Let's look. Well, let's not talk prematurely, but if Rabid's draw is reasonable on this turn, we might see a GG here. It's such a pity that he trashed this stonemason last turn, because he's not getting getting them easy now, right? He can buy them.
I think he own. Oh, that's pretty good draw. I think he only has 1 stonemason, and that's probably the stonemason he drew. Maybe he has another one.
Yeah, right.
Diplomat into duchy is probably good. Trashes the duchy into gold. I mean, if he wants to end this turn, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just wanted to keep the draw.
So draw now, probably. So draw first and
1
see what the
diplomat
options
here.
are. Yeah. Well, yeah, I didn't think about it the last turn that if he only had two stonemasons, he trashed one of those. That really made the situation from kind of very good to not so good anymore, right? What he can, what can he do with
How,
his one stonemason? Not much, right?
how get yeah, and how do you would need stonemason place to get them because you can't buy them and you can't trash anything that costs one with
Yeah,
upgrade.
yeah. So maybe he, well, actually, yeah, maybe he should. Well, let's just see what he draws. So if he somehow can go through this deck and obtaining a couple of stonemason while doing that and playing them in the
Yeah,
end,
and he can draw them. I don't think he can get that far through his deck at this point.
or maybe he just goes for the dashes.
Pile out duchies.
Probably just trash a state. No, yeah, letting the copper go is also fine. I think he still draw. Why is he why
Okay,
is he
now he
doing that
trashes
before
silver.
drawing? Because right, there is also
Oh yeah,
disciple.
disciple
Forgot
stonemason.
about this.
It's been good to draw this first. Now the disciple is completely wasted.
Well, he's getting rid
So
of
it
this
seems
deck.
like he did have only one stonemason left, unless this last card is one.
And let's see what Marcus can do in this situation. But
I still think Rabid is going to win this here. He can get one more duchy and then pile out.
yeah, now it's
Okay, yeah, this turn seems pretty bad from
yeah, that's
Marcus
really
now.
sad. That's really sad for Marcus because I think he has quite a few diplomats in those 8 cards.
But yeah, Rabid still needs to draw stone. Actually, he needs to draw two stonemasons and have enough trash targets. And he also needs to gain a duchy.
Well, a state would suffice.
Yeah, how does he gain a state? Okay, with stonemason then, yeah. So, two stonemasons, two targets for it, and then he can pile it. So maybe he just trashes copper here to use those two cards to draw, yeah.
Sounds good. No, maybe fugitive for a Dutch is also fine, but well, doesn't do much probably.
Yeah, he just needs those stonemason draws. This to draw this duchy is pretty sad because you really can't bash this. You need the points.
Well, I mean, he needs the points, but mostly he just needs he needs to disciple a stonemason basically. And if he can do that, he probably can get an estate while doing that.
Well, maybe he just needs to disciple diplomat here to be safe.
Well, he definitely should just play one first and see What happens?
No, because you really want to have targets for yourself. You can't use the victory cards.
Well,
Well, it's a gamble either way, I think.
I mean, he should. I don't see how he doesn't play one diplomat now, and if he draws stonemason now, he trashes estate and diplomat, and
And then he loses on points.
right.
Oh no, no,
Uh,
if he trashes a state, he gains nothing with
yeah. Well, so basically he needs to draw like a stonemason
stonemason
silver.
and one target for it. Yeah. Does he still have the quarry? No.
No quarries left alive. Right. Yeah.
That's a good draw. Yeah, that's exactly what he needed.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay, that's a pretty cool game. And yeah, 36 depth left. Okay, so
Yeah, let's see if he
if he
sees
sees
it.
that, well,
I mean, he's playing for it the whole time. I don't think he is missing this now.
yeah,
But maybe he's forgetting something like the disciple gaining an extra
maybe
stonemason.
maybe he never thought about pile out. Maybe he just goes for the provinces and he wants to repay the debt, you know.
Yeah, then probably the best play here is to upgrade the disciple into gold.
Right. So if Rabid wins this game, he is it is he already a champion?
No, I think Marcus is the one who needed uh,
Right. Okay.
three wins.
Okay. I missed.
So he just needs to get one more win or a tie.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's see if Marcus can steal it from him. And and yeah, it's turn 12. All right. Turn 12
was
for the
fast.
first player.
And yeah, he ends the game with 36 debt.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
That's remarkable. Okay. So Rabid is definitely leading now with some good draws and some good plays, and then if he wins the next game, then he's going to be our champion.
Yes, or if he ties.
Oh boy, now we're having this bug with the game already starting. That I only know one way to get rid of it: create a new table.
Well, yeah. Probably.
So looks like we are moving. All right. Hmm. Okay.
So, yeah, this could be over sooner than we thought. Just 4 games, maybe.
Well, usually we play in the championship matches. Play all the games, all 6 games anyway. So probably gonna do that.
Yeah,
No
if
matter
they
what.
want so. But the last 2 games then wouldn't matter. Yeah. if they want to continue playing.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
I think I've seen pretty much all of the matches, and yeah, we always were playing them through. I remember
okay.
actually I played one of the championship matches, and it was pretty funny. I played it versus Steph, and I needed to win 5.5 games to be the champion.
So it was over after the.
Yeah, but
No.
he 6-0'd me, so
So yeah,
that
Steph
was the peak
never
of my career.
Steph never plays for fun.
Okay, so
So how good is a 5-2?
yeah, Psychomatics asks in the chat whether 5-2 is good or bad, and I see where the question is coming from. Because you
Yeah,
want,
because there's Urchin and Lookout.
but there is also Worf, and that's something that you pretty much want to open with.
Yeah, I don't know if you even need Urchins here. You can trash with Cemetery or Lookout.
Well, um, obviously, trashing with a Savagery is way more expensive than trashing with a Mercenary. And yeah,
Well, trashing with Mercenary costs actions, and actions are also expensive at the start of the game. Unless you have a million mining.
hmm, actually, Triumph looks really good on this board. Look at that, and Mercenaries kinda stacks well with that
Yeah,
eventually.
sure. That's true.
So here, do you trash or do you buy a village? Well, wait a second. Who? All right, Rabid has two Urchins in. He can collide.
He did turn 3, turn 4 collisions. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
pretty
pretty
good.
good.
And he also gets to 5 coins here. Also very good.
Yeah, that's a pretty good draw.
And yeah, we also again have here the Haunted Mirror. Let's see when they pick up the ghost.
Not this turn.
Here we have the interaction you mentioned last, uh, the second game, Ghost and Wolf.
Right. Yeah.
You could ghost your hireling.
Yeah,
That's
I also thought of
that's a,
that. That would be weird, right? What what would then happen?
the ghost stays in play forever, I think.
And the hireling draw two cards
Two,
forever.
just two, yeah. So that's pretty bad.
Well, I mean, it's not the. It wouldn't have been the worst if only the board had no other good targets for ghost. But
Yeah,
that's not this board.
like you want to get Ghost on Wharf or Festival, I think.
So should he get another wharf here? Gets a village. I think village might be a correct play because
It's his first, yeah, maybe. Does he have two urchins?
okay, didn't draw, can't collide the Urchins, and the Rabbit is about to trash already. That's a nice joke, Game Su.
So yeah, this is Dominion, the card game.
Yeah, that is true. can't. Uh, it's pretty interesting how they're going to play with Triumph, because you can get some festivals, right, and wars, and all of those give plus buy. So
Yeah,
Triumph.
you can buy a lot of coppers, then trash them with mercenary next.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's too, but also you can get just a massive amount of points in your last turn.
Yeah. So yeah, be careful for the pile up.
Yeah, and so it so happened that because Markus was not able to collide for that long, that Urchins are already pretty low. It should be a second
True.
mercenary.
Wharfs and mining villages will probably also rig. And we have also Triumphal Arch.
Yeah.
Triumph and Triumphal Arch.
Okay, that hand is
So
not inspiring, but he's going. He has a Wharf in play, and Rabid is drawing good here.
yeah, Rabid is already pretty good trash down.
Yeah, way ahead. This hand only needed a mirror instead of one of the coppers.
Yeah, but maybe Ghost isn't even doing that much for once you draw your deck.
I mean, well, it still does, right? Because you can play the actions you buy, and you don't.
Yeah, it's a throne room then because you play this anyway next turn when you draw them.
Well,
So it's a
you're
knight.
still not 100% guaranteed to draw, right? So I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Wharfs are pretty likely though to draw a lot.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, meanwhile, Markus can draw and play both his mercenaries, which is really good for him.
Yeah, and if he wants, he can get the ghost here.
I think he just needs to trash. Ah, all right. Yeah, I see your point. He can, yeah.
And if he's really lucky, he even gets to draw the ghost. But probably there's too many stop cards coming. Yeah. But still, second wharf here maybe.
Well, with he only has one village, and he has a wharf which he just played, and two mercs. So yeah, I think village is better for him right now.
Yeah, didn't matter. Next hand is still not so good.
Probably, probably 0 hirelings should be bought in this game. How do you think?
Yeah, yeah, sure. Hireling is doing way too little for you. Every hireling could also be a wharf.
Yeah. So Peregrine wanted Markus to buy a wharf, but that would have been his terminal number 4, and with only one village. So
Yeah, could have even bought Festival. Maybe that would have been a
I don't know.
consideration.
He still needs to trash with the mercenaries, and Festival is kinda awkward with that. I mean, they're going to be pretty good, but maybe Rabid can go with some festivals when he takes a break from buying wharfs. So actually, I think Rabid might take could have been taken another mercenary this turn. Alright,
But
maybe.
he's already pretty trashed down. He doesn't really need it.
Well, that's the triumph thing here, right? He can,
Yeah.
maybe not this
But
turn,
but Urchin was his last action. How can he get a
yeah, I
mercenary
see.
then?
So he was, it was not possible for him to trash it. Okay. Oh wow, gets a gold. Well, that's also pretty reasonable, I guess, right? Because you need to buy all. There is no disciple here for you in this game. You need to buy all those 5 costs.
Yeah. Maybe even double silver was better because that's 4 points in total. And you
Well,
draw those anyway.
that makes sense. Okay, here's the
Like,
ghost.
yeah, you would have drawn those 2 silvers. You would have had.
But I think he needs to start setting up this trial thing. But maybe still needs to go bigger with the draw first. Well, thing is that triumph also keeps also provides some economy via getting feed to mercenaries.
Yeah, but it costs 5.
Oh,
So
right.
that takes away your economy.
Okay, I'm silly. I'm being silly. Yeah, I was thinking. For some reason, I was thinking of it as of
Then it's free.
zero cost. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can choose what action to ghost now. Maybe festival.
I think yeah, festival should be really good now.
We could also go for war off and silver copper. Okay, now he's probably pretty sad if it hits the mining village. And it does. So no extra economy this turn.
Well, unless he trashes it. Oh, that could have been better draw for Markus. Oh, never mind. He only has one
Yeah,
wharf,
should
right?
pick up. Should pick up another wharf here.
Yeah. But,
Yeah. He
this,
could have drawn another mercenary.
yeah,
But other than that,
this ghost is probably hitting a mercenary, right? I mean, what's left in there? Probably one more
yeah,
village and another Urshan, maybe?
Urchin is there, yeah. But yeah, mercenary at least says you may trash.
Yeah.
Not like remake.
So, and look at that, he already bought a copper.
Hmm. So he expects to draw a stack this turn. Then the copper actually helps him.
Well, yeah, looks like it.
And he was lucky enough to set aside a mining village.
Yeah, setting aside mercenary would have been kind of awkward, also because of the attack, right? So would need to keep 2 jump cards in hand.
Yeah, and then you can't get the benefit of the second play. Most likely, I don't think he wants to trash 3 times, because then he doesn't have any coins left. And Rabid is looking pretty good. And I think he could have taken this extra copper last turn.
I think Triumphal Arch is not very important here. I mean, those points would be nice, but not game changing or anything.
Well, it benefits the one who is ahead in building.
I mean, you get more points from Triumph, probably. So should Rabid go for the Triumph? Trash is an inertia. I don't know. I kinda, maybe I'm just fixated on that, but I would like to play with 2 mercenaries and triumphing, buying shitloads of coppers, return, and trashing them and getting points from them.
Well, they aren't set up for that yet. He wanted to get to 10, so he trashed the urchin.
Yeah.
To get 10 coins exactly.
Alright, I see. Yeah, I missed that. So yeah, he needed it for the price point. Okay.
And each turn you buy Triumph, you could also just build more.
Okay, I think you're right. It's just you know, sometimes you see something.
It's a sweet time
Yeah.
play.
Yeah, you see something at the very start of the game, some cute option, and then you kinda can't stop thinking about it, and just instead of playing good, just try to make it work.
Just like me with the rogue.
Yeah. Well, rogue was good, right?
No, it didn't end up mattering that much. Because Rabid just got too fast ahead with the golds and the provinces, but in theory it was pretty good, yeah.
I just said that to comfort you.
Oh, that's kind. So yeah, looks like Markus is again behind here.
Yeah.
Just a sweet turn for collision from the urchins makes such a difference. Then the 5-2 is way worse.
Well, yeah, obviously, not if Rabid wouldn't have been colliding his Urchins, that that's another story then.
Yeah, that slowed him down like about 2 turns, I think.
Oh, look at that! The last card is mercenary, so.
Well, he can ghost that, but.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he can.
Could do nothing for you.
He can hope to draw to if you buy some covers now, he can hope and draw them all, but.
Well, he can activate the Wolves first and then play the mercenary from the ghost. So it's not too unlikely to have those in hand.
Well, that makes sense too.
Well, and maybe it's time for Triumph here, 3 copper Triumph. Then you can really leverage this but he doesn't. Which is fine too. And he chose to not even play the ghost. Wants to wait another turn to get a better time.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense because he had a really high probability to just lose the ghosts and to delay the effective ghost play by a turn. So Markus
Yeah.
also trashes Inertian and trashes a second mercenary. Okay. Oh, okay. All the talking about the second mercenaries, probably me being fixed on the Triumph thing.
Yeah, Markus isn't in the position to do that.
Definitely. And gets a Wharf.
And that doesn't really.
That Wharf right now doesn't really help him, right? He's
Yes,
way too low on economy.
He has 3 Wharfs now in his deck, one in play only. That's asymmetrical also. Well, it would have been anyway, but yeah. How much coins did he have? 7. Hard to say. Maybe just silvers.
Yeah, that's not looking great.
But whatever he does, this is probably over.
Yeah, I wonder how this game going to end.
Yeah, probably on piles.
Well,
Like Triumphal Arch makes it so you.
Not on provinces.
Triumphal Arch makes it so you don't.
I know one thing that we are not going to see this game, and the thing is Dutch dancing.
And now Rabid surprises us with province plus wharf or something, or festival.
I think I just invented a new terminology, and I really like it. It's cemetery dancing. Like,
That's what comes after the Dutchy dancing.
Yeah.
And then you have enough green in your hand to. And goes for a lot of coppers, or just. But he is going to ghost something.
Still doesn't want the triumph. Come on, do the cool thing.
Also doesn't want extra coppers, he just picked up the.
Yeah, he just picks up the enough to trash.
Yes, he goes for the very safe thing.
I mean, and that's probably a good idea to do so in his position. So some extra economy would be really nice for Rabid, and well, for both of them, obviously. So yeah, that's all Markus' deck here, and doesn't look too impressive, being honest.
Seeing if he trashes Urchin again.
Yeah, that's something that he won't really need.
Then he gets to 9, which isn't still very good.
Well, he can get something like gold and silver. Buying coppers to mercenary is good idea because it gives you basically a silver play for free for the next turn because you're going to draw it anyway.
if you have the buys anyway.
And well, attack might hurt a bit. Well, it probably won't. Let's be honest about it. I think gold, silver, or maybe festival silver should be the play.
Probably gold, silver, but he does otherwise. Triumph? No.
What? What was that?
That was a lot of kappas.
He... What is he doing? Does he want to, like, empty the coppers so Rabid can't buy them for the triumph points?
Well, he has 3 dwarfs in play. He will likely draw them now, but
Alright. Never mind. So mining villages plus urchins. That's 24, right? Yeah. If he trashes the villages now.
does he have enough then?
Well, I don't know. I guess he's trying to figure it out.
But trashing mining villages also triumphal arch points?
That doesn't matter
Maybe.
because of triumph.
Yeah, how many buys does he have? Enough, right? Enough for a triumph at the end.
Yeah. Yeah. Anders says that's a good point. You can trash wharfs with the mercenary because arch points really don't matter at all. Well, okay, let's be honest about it. They matter some, right?
Yeah, they make the math a bit harder.
But still, he look at that. He already he's guaranteed 4 wharfs and 3 festivals, right? That's what he has now with the arch points. And if he's going to buy more, well, no, that won't help.
Yeah, those 3 festivals are already his arch point, so he isn't losing any.
So look at let's count it quickly. 6 plus 6 from villages, that's 12. 3 plus 3, that's 12 plus 9. And not quite there, right? Yeah.
22 if he trashes Wharf and
I counted 21, but I guess.
well, if he mercenaries the Wharf,
Yeah, I counted that.
then it's 22.
Okay. Yeah, I can see an even amount. No. That's okay.
Doesn't play
You
those.
miscounted. That was it's an odd amount of money, right? Amount of coins, right?
What? Why should I miscount? Yeah, probably miscounted that one.
Okay.
So he would have had one more if he trashes Wharf instead of Copper. That's 16, and plus 6 is 22. That's what I said.
It's no. I mean, if oh, wait a second. What did he trash with the mercenary? Uh, it
Mercenary trash 2 coppers.
it can't be 22, right? Because it's an odd number now, and Trashen wharfs instead of
No,
coppers.
only one wharf. Only one
Okay,
wharf and one.
okay, okay. I see. Well, that
That's what was left in his hand there at this
okay.
point.
Hmm. So what should
So
Rabid do now? I don't even know.
if he has 22, 10 buys. No, 20. If he trashes those 3 mining,
He's not trashing
21.
those. He's
No, he
already.
didn't.
Yeah.
But I'm just counting in my head.
Okay.
We would need for mining villages 12 and the state 16. That's way more. Okay.
All right. Yeah, going for treasures. Why not? I
But
mean,
why?
he. I mean, why not? Because he has he has enough money now. He's not afraid of Markus piling out, right? And well, that just and he can draw those treasures next turn, and then he'll be able to pile out. Though maybe, hmm,
Okay, so he counted that with those 3 treasuries.
maybe buying a gold or well, some economy.
Yeah, that's what I thought. 1 gold. And no, maybe you can still pick up like 1 urchin or so to make it a little bit easier next turn, but
Hmm.
well, he is pretty safe this way to just repeat the turn and have 3 coins more, and this would have been enough.
The problem is if Marcus gets some points now, then
Yeah, then it's a little bit harder.
points from a single triumph might be not enough, and for uh, second triumph, those adding those treasures is not enough. So, well, let's see what Marcus can do here. Maybe Marcus can end the game now. I mean, hmm,
He bought a lot of coppers last turn.
yeah. He only needs a coppersmith. I mean, if for villages, that's already he has 16 in hand. Basically he already has estates in hand, but well, except that he doesn't have
Also,
enough buys.
yeah, the buys are a problem. And I don't think he has another buy in his deck.
Yeah, so estates are out of question. Well, he doesn't need to go for estates, right? Estates is more expensive than any of the urchins and mining villages, right? So
Yeah, but you actually need 8 buys for
no, he just
a
needs
win, or no? He is in the lead already. Yeah, he doesn't need the triumph at the
well,
end.
he won't be in the lead so much after he trashes his mining villages.
But then he picks up 4 urchins, and that's enough. That's enough because he has 4
That's true.
dwarfs.
That's true. I was looking at 3 mining villages, but somehow didn't look at 4 urchins.
So yeah, the same question: does he get to 24 now?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Well, at this point, he should just make some entertainment out of it. Just go for it and see what happens.
Yeah, maybe go for like triple triumph or something.
Yeah, why not? And he doesn't go for it. Come on.
No, he doesn't even need to trash the mining village. Just go for 3 coppers and or 4 coppers and 3 triumph. And then still have not that bad of a turn next time.
Or he can buy like all the coppers with these triumphs.
Yeah, that's what I meant, right? 4 coppers and 3 triumphs.
Yeah, okay.
Or however, or 5 coppers and 2 triumphs, but that's probably points.
Wow, look at that. He only was 1 coin short. Huh.
So 13 plus 8 is 21. So he was 3 coins short.
Oh boy, I need to get some sleep apparently.
But still, not that much. So picking up this 1 extra urchin from Rabid last like I proposed.
So will we see triple? Nope. He does something
Yes,
that's trying to make sense, but not going for the fun thing.
Could have maybe, how much coins did he have? Could have gone for 6 estates and 1, or 5 estates and 2 triumphs. Neither triumph from Rabbit.
Excuse me, I can't hear you well right now.
So if he maybe goes for 7 estates, so 5 estates and 2 triumph buys or something, then Rabbit has only 1 triumph to work with.
Well, that's true. But yeah, I mean, that province doesn't do much.
Yeah, and I wonder why he didn't get at least 1 triumph.
I mean, right? Yeah, if he gets the province anyway, like.
So the question is just if the triumph points for Rabbit are enough to get, how much points does he need? He will get to 12 at least with the 4 urchins. With and then he just needs 6 from triumph. That's enough.
Sorry, I'm looking at the chat. That's suggesting now go for triple harbinger.
And he thinks, right? So 3 of everything is pretty good. That explains the 3 treasuries perfectly.
Yeah, we have having some pro tips here. Okay, there they go. Trashes the wars.
Goodbye, wars.
And that's 26, which is not enough for double triumph.
Double triumph, but 1 triumph is enough. Estate triumph here.
Okay. And that was a nice game. And congratulations to our champion,
Yeah.
Rabid.
Those were some really good plays from him over the all 4 games.
Okay, so let's look if they want to keep playing. Okay, so apparently we are in for a couple of minutes break.
Yeah,
And
I'll be right back.
yeah, me too. Oh hey, looks like we have a new board here. I guess RTT is not back yet, so what's going on here? Urshin again, and well, plenty of trashing anyway, like Ambassador and Plan, Lone even, and Temp. Wow, the whole board is trashing. But not much in terms of draw, actually, with the Relic being around. Yeah, let's not hide the truth. That's a terrible word. Because you're going to be, basically you are going to be attacked by Urshin every turn, and the play here is to try and attack your opponent with Relic every turn. So yeah, it's really nasty. And also you can't fall behind on trashing because of Ambassador.
So does Markus have 5-2?
I can't tell. I mean,
Because he's telling in the chat.
alright. Yeah, I can only see that one copper. Alright. So
Well, yeah, it says in the chat,
yeah,
and draws 5 cards
that's right.
in the log. So goes ahead and buys the ambassador for 5. I think he should plan the ambassador and then pick it up on the second shuffle. That's clearly the play.
Yeah, I think maybe opening Relic would have been okay on this board.
Yeah, you can trash the Urchin when you play the Relic.
By the way, that's a good point about Will-O-the-Wisp, right? If you can get a couple of those, and if you also get some secret passages, right? That's going to be somewhat reliably draw. But probably not going to happen. But a man can dream. And so Markus gains an Urchin turn 4 and can trash it right away, right, with an Ambassador.
Yeah, that's a pretty good collision there. But how are you going to get so many Will-O-Wisps?
Get lucky.
Once every 12 Bard plays.
I can tell you the perfect strategy. You buy the Bard, and you play it once, and you get Will-O-the-Wisp. Then you pass the Bard to your opponent via Ambassador, and he plays Bard next 11 times, and then you buy a new one and play it and get the Will-O-Wisp again.
Sounds like a good strategy.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, this is just an ugly board. You can't really do anything other than ambassadoring for the first turns. Really fall behind.
Yeah, that's a nasty board, indeed, because, well, what do you even do? I mean, I guess after the Ambassador War is over, and if no one, if like both players are alive after it, you just go for, like money and provinces.
But then you could really get junked with Ambassador again. That's a sad thing about the sport. Like, is it good to ever stop ambassadoring stuff?
Right. Yeah, mission. You can.
You can like play 4 ambassadors each turn.
Yeah, that's the good point.
That's really, really ugly. You can't ever green here. Maybe you have to go for some temple thing.
Yeah, we can only hope that someone wins this war really fast. Because that's a not very entertaining one, let's be honest about it. By the village, right? And who has the thrashing thing on minor villages? Is it Rabid? Must be Markus, right?
Yeah, that's Markus. It's blue. That means second player.
Right.
Did it even come into play?
You can just keep
he bought the estate. Marcus last turn bought the estate and didn't do the trashing because he wants to keep stuff to Ambassador.
Yeah. I wonder if he should just mission now and keep Rabid in.
I think you should build to something where you can play 2 ambassadors each turn. So 1 more ambassador, then you can
Yeah.
next turn
that sounds
ambassador
like,
the
that sounds
mercenary.
like gets a Bard though.
Bard.
He wants this flame gift.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be that evil. Play 4 ambassadors every turn. Gets it. Doesn't get the swamp gift. That's probably the one he really wants.
Yeah. Well,
Well, trashing the
that's
mercenary is also fine.
well, that's
Because
not
he doesn't.
not exactly the only way to get rid of the mercenary on this board.
Well, but you don't really want to give them Rabid here.
You can gift it.
You don't want to. You,
You
want to junk him
you
and.
don't want to, and also you can't, right?
Oh, because you can't return to the supply.
I mean, you can't. Are we talking about the same thing? You can't return the mercenary via ambassador.
Yes, that's. I just realized. It's not in the supply, so you
Yeah.
can't return it. And I thought you would want to return it. No. Well, anyway. Get some pretty good boons so far.
Yeah. So this game doesn't. Oh well. Never mind. I thought Rabid has a really thick deck now, but
No, he's really clean.
they're both really clean somehow.
Yeah, and somehow there are more estates in the decks than in the supply. Well, not anymore, but mission here.
Goes for a village. Well, village is a setup for another ambassador, basically.
Yeah.
Didn't want to discard relic. Well, yeah, okay, he can't draw. He wouldn't have been able to draw it back. Yeah, but obviously Markus has a very big advantage here in the face of this relic.
I thought you mean in the face of the Bard. But yeah, the relic every turn is really hurting.
It's like a little pocket ghost ship. Alright, so thank you Rabid for ending this game.
Yeah, we are really lucky that I did, because I don't think you would concede this fast otherwise.
Yeah. Okay, so we're in for the last game. And it has Puka. That's great. So you can't really discard. Oh no, you can discard tunnels. but not reliably, right? With the race.
Raise a gold, and well, you can discard quite a lot of tunnels that way.
Well, I mean, what do you do if you... yeah, Venture can discard tunnels, Race can discard tunnels, but you can't do much if you draw the tunnel in your hand.
The question is, do you really want to discard tunnels? Do you want to buy tunnels?
I mean, you can discard them reliably, so you don't. I mean, yeah, looks like something with a lot of draw and gold gaining from Explorer or silver gain. I mean, it should be. I mean, money should be payload here, and maybe a grave robber at the end.
Yeah. And actually, Puka doesn't seem all that bad.
Well, I would say it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Because the Raze is not amazing at trashing coppers, and
the Puka is pretty good at trashing coppers.
yeah.
Also, Coin of the Realm helps there. So you
Yeah, that's true.
are likely to have actions after the Puka.
It goes really good with Puka. So Markus is
Going for winning.
they are both not playing their cursed gold.
Hmm.
And I still don't really know. I mean, Rabid can get something like a village now, and he's guaranteed to hit 5, so he can get his Puka if he wants to. But
Both players have picked up a race. Yeah.
I don't know how. This curse is pretty bad still.
Yeah, it's awkward to trash it with a race. It costs a bit of time.
Alright, and so he drew race. Yeah, sure. So all the states were in the previous hand. Yeah, that's a bad draw.
Yeah, I can only get better here at this. Maybe he picks up another race.
Actually, I agree with DG that probably you just beat it and take one curse and open with Puka. That sounds better than gold.
Yeah, possible.
I mean, now you get Puka, right? No.
Markus disagrees. And well, yeah, you can also go for the engine. But he gets the Puka right in the next turn.
Yeah.
They are playing pretty fast here.
Yeah, probably tired already because it's almost 3 hours. We are into that.
Oh, interesting. Does he discard the gold or the...
I think you get the Puka. What's those 4 cards? There are 2 estates in there, right? Are there? Yeah, 2 estates.
Probably.
No, only 1 estate. Oh, never mind. Alright, he has this curse, sure. So maybe Rabid wants wedding now. I wonder.
Or advisor.
Yeah, that's also a way to do it. Yep, goes for the advisor. Sets in a state aside, hoping to draw his race, which is reasonable. And a pretty good draw, so you can, yeah, play the village, play the puka.
Yeah, that's good. Probably should at some point get at least a coin of the realm.
Yeah, one coin should be
to be
good.
safe.
Yeah. Actually, heavens are pretty good at this board. Like,
yeah.
if you can save an advisor every turn or something, that should be amazing for consistency.
Yeah, or a village.
Yeah.
Later. If you have more than one village in the deck. And yeah, you draw your deck here. Markus draws this deck.
Well, I guess Rabid will deny the race. No, really?
The gold. Well, you can trash a state here. Yeah, race would have been the right call.
Yeah,
but he doesn't know the exact hand.
You just draw everything if you deny the gold.
Yeah, he could have denied one trashing here.
Yeah.
Instead, he denies basically nothing, and Markus goes for the second wedding.
That sounds reasonable.
Did he have only 4?
No, he had.
Oh, advisor 8. Plus wedding.
He had 8. He had 8. He bought advisor and wedding. Yeah.
Okay.
Trash the curse, save the copper. Yep, go for that. Okay, so
and I think Explorer isn't too bad soon.
Well, yeah, sure, but wait a second. Why does Rabid have a venture? What happened?
And tunnel.
Wow, he also has tunnel. Okay.
So he's going for the venture tunnel thing.
I should be watching this closely. I'm trying to keep
well,
up.
it's just natural that you are watching.
Yeah.
The first player every game.
Yeah.
That's the one with the not upside down cards.
So, well, I don't like it. I mean, Explorer.
What, the adventure, the venture tunnel?
Yeah.
Yeah, Explorer looks good. It looks better.
Basically does that, but reliably, and also.
Yeah, well.
I mean, venture. That's the board where you can draw the deck every turn. Venture is just copper. Yeah, gets an explorer here. Nice.
Why should you grave robber for race? You need at least a better reason for that, because race can.
Yeah, I mean, grave robber is might be fine if you want to get rid of Puka. It's well, not even get rid of Puka, but rather to have an option of just gaining another province.
And Rabid went really extreme here, trashed his advisor to race just to discard the tunnel.
Look at that.
He's going for a money thing now.
Well, I guess Aqueduct helped that. So yeah, I mean, I assume if he's going for something like that, he probably wants to start greening earlier.
Yeah, maybe just now.
Yeah. But
Get the sweet 3 extra. Maybe he goes for tunnel venture.
it's like back to what was the year where Hinterlands came out, like 2011 or 10, something like that.
Well, yeah, probably. I wasn't even playing then.
Yeah, me neither. I started only in 2012, right after the Dark Ages came out.
Yeah, I started a bit before that, but not with all expansions. I was just knowing entry point,
Okay.
and then Dark Ages came out, and I think I got Dark Ages even before Hinterlands.
Well, I just started playing on Goko with everything. Okay, so here Markus is able to draw the deck and play his Explorer.
And Rabid starts his hand with 2 tunnels.
Oh boy,
That's really not what you want.
that's classic. So, Venture Tunnel for Markus.
No, province to activate the Explorer. Trashes a tunnel. Good thing.
Well,
Picks up Venture over Gold, but I think the best thing Venture can draw now, he probably has just this 1 copper left.
I mean, probably Rabid is like, okay, I'm a champion. I can play a game of Venture Tunnel because why not?
Let's take it easy.
Yeah,
Play some big money thing.
and he definitely can afford doing that because why the hell not?
So, another tunnel. Sure, just trashed one. And again, 2 tunnels in the hand.
He wants to get an achievement like have a hand of 5 tunnels or something.
Yeah, but I think this tunnel thing could even work a little bit better if he's not that unlucky.
Yeah.
Set aside a gold. Just go for the province.
I think you can set aside the copper and go for province and advisor. That might seem a bit better, but let's see what he does. Yeah.
Okay. I somehow missed that he got 2 buys. Well, the workers' village draws the 3rd tunnel.
Almost there with that human. You know, I think he's kinda digging this board, you know.
Yeah, he got 2 more tunnels. Why not? DG is saying, "Sir, the tunnel strategy isn't buy more tunnels."
Yeah, he can now raise the golds
This
to draw more
this turn
tunnels.
finally looks good. This turn finally looks good for tunnel. I mean, he only has 5 tunnels in the deck, so maybe he raises a venture and then he builds 5 tunnels. So he has to pick one up.
That would be great. But I think trashing the venture at this point is kind of bad. He should like.
Yeah, you want to trash the gold, but I wanted to have him reveal all tunnels, so he has to pick up one.
Okay.
There they are.
There we
4.
go. There we go.
Pick up the workers' village, so you can draw at least one tunnel. Is there auto reveal on tunnel, autoplay already? I think not, right?
That's a nice
Is
setup
the
for whack-a-mole game right here. Okay. That's a massive tunnel reveal. And he can do another one. Well, a small one. I wonder if he plays the venture now. He can play the venture, reveal the silver right away, and top deck 5 tunnels.
Yeah, at least he got one tunnel. And this hand isn't province. Unless he did. No, he doesn't have Haven, right?
No. Goodbye, silver.
Set aside copper for Puka next turn.
Or maybe just an advisor.
Yeah. Also reasonable.
And hey, double province.
Just like that. No tunnels needed.
Why is he buying Dachi over tunnel? Come on, dude. Why
Yeah,
do you need this
stay.
Dachi? It doesn't even give you any golds. Okay. So
in the end, it doesn't look that hard. Just a 2/4.
yeah. So losing the championship match made Markus gather his strength and win the last 2 games. So yeah, was a really fun one, and it lasted 3 hours, pretty long, but had some really cool boards, and this tunnel game was hilarious. So
Well, yeah, the best one was the 40 depth.
okay, yeah, can't disagree with that. So okay, thanks everybody for watching. That would be available at Twitch, and will be uploaded to YouTube. And okay, congratulations to Rabid once again.
Yep. Goodbye.
Yeah. Have a good night.